Hi guys, you're most welcome to your science bar. In this video, I'm going to show you hard water and soft water. Now, this practical experiment we are going to do is going to help us to know which one is hard water, which one is soft water, and how we can soften hard water. Now, remember, soft water is the type of water that forms rather easily with soap, or it forms foam easily with soap. However, hard water doesn't form lather easily with soap. In turn, it forms scum. And here we go, we have three water samples: A, we have C, and also have E. Now what we are going to do first of all, we are going to use these three measuring cylinders so that we can extract 3 cubic centimeters of each water sample. Then we try to add soap solution to them. Here we go. So it means if I measure 3, that is A, B, and C. So this is A. I measure 3 mils. Then C, I also measure 3 mils. Then E, I also measure 3 mils. Okay. Now what I do, A, I place it in this test tube. This one contains A. Like this. So this test tube contains water sample A. Now this contains water sample, add it. This one contains water sample C. This is for C. And this is going to contain water sample E. Okay, here we go. Now, this is my soap solution. Now what I'm going to do to water sample A, I'm trying to add soap solution as I'm shaking. So I think you can realize to my water sample A, as I'm adding soap, foam is not formed easily. However, I'm seeing some white substance being formed. Seeing the white substance formed, and this is what we call scum. Okay. Now to water sample C, I'm also going to do the same. I add soap solution. I'm seeing something there. That is a white solid, as you can see, and doesn't form lather easily. Now to water sample, that is E, I'm also going to add soap solution to it. So as I add soap solution to it, you can realize lather is being formed with a lot of ease. As we can compare, you can see the foam there on top. This is for E, this is for C, and this is for A. This is what we call soft water because it forms lather easily. And these two water samples, that is A and C, are forming scum inside, and they cannot form permanent lather, and they don't lather easily with soap, meaning hard water is going to waste a lot of soap when you're using it. We have two types of hard water. That is temporary hard water, which is caused by dissolved magnesium or calcium hydrogen carbonate. And for permanent hard water, we have what we call dissolved calcium or magnesium sulfate in the water. So you realize that water having a sulfate together with the other two cations is going to be permanently hard, whereas the one that contains hydrogen carbonate is going to be temporary hard water. Now it means using this method, we have known that this is our soft water, meaning I can't do any more experiment with water sample E. Now I'm left with water sample A and C. Now what we are going to try to involve is that we are going to try to see what will happen if I try to boil these two water samples, so that maybe I can try to propose how we can soften these two types of hard water. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure 10 mils of A, 10 of A, then I also measure 10 of C. Then after that, This is A. I'm going to add them to separate test tubes. So this one contains A. This is for A. Then this is for C. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to boil them, and I see, after boiling, I'm going to filter, and I see whether we can soften them by boiling. Okay, here we go. I need a heat source. Sample A, as you can see. You're going to try to see what will happen if I boil this water sample. Now we are boiling water sample C. So I think as we boil water sample A, you can see that for it, it's forming a white solid. Now when we filter this water that is from C, we use a filter paper, that the water that comes out, it is clear, colorless. The white solid is going to be left on top, and this white solid, it can be magnesium carbonate or calcium carbonate. To this water that has come out of, that is water sample C, after boiling it, now if we add soap solution to it, you can realize now it forms rather easily and doesn't have scum which was formed originally. So you can compare the two. So it means water sample C is temporary hard water, and people who use temporary water can always soften it by boiling the water before using, then they filter. Our water sample A, after boiling it, and we try to add soap solution, you can see that even boiling is not softening it, meaning this is permanent hard water, it is still forming scum. Now what we are going to do to this, that is water sample A, we are going to add sodium carbonate solution. Here we have sodium carbonate solution. We are going to add it. We are going to add sodium carbonate solution. So you can see that there is formation of a white solid. So I have to add enough. Then after adding sodium carbonate, we need to filter this water. And now in this, we try to add soap solution now. You can see now it is forming rather easily.